They just had more energy and they needed to win. The Lakers just didn't have any chemistry tonight. It's like you got a Mercedes Benz and you got to put Volkswagen parts in it and try to win the race. It just didn't work tonight.
It's a great analogy.
Yeah, it is. The thing about you always try to find sometimes little nuggets, and I like the way Reaves came out and played. 7 offensive rebounds. That showed that somebody was out there having some energy, and some effort. And that's what it came down to, energy, effort, and it comes down to taking good shots. And for me, I know this is a new era and everybody wants to shoot threes. I always preach just get buckets. I think sometimes when you play a team like this, especially with Zubac being out, there's no rim protection. LeBron was taking it to the rack. Why can't other guys take it to the rack? And I feel like sometimes coaches see you say, hey, let's lay off the threes and go to the hole and try to get to the bucket and get fouls play, because that's sometimes how the way to get back in the game. And when they did get back in the game, that's how they did it. So sometimes you got to do that before you get in the hole like they were starting the game off.
All right, let's talk Clippers for a moment. Just their 7th win of the year. It's their first home win since Halloween night. They did not win a home game in November, and it took all the way until December 20th to get it done, and Kawhi Leonard led the way. You talk about being desperate for a win, James. They had lost 5 in a row. Not a lot of good stuff going down around Clipperland, but tonight, Kawhi with 32, and the Clippers hit 16 threes, and they were 19 and 20 from the free throw line.
Yeah, the free throw line.
They did enough to win.
The free throw line helped them a lot, and the 3-ball helped them a lot. But, they're playing against a depleted team. Maybe this will give them some inspiration, but they do have weapons, man. When you have Harden and Kawhi, and you have a legitimate center in Zubac who left the game with the ankle sprain, they can conjure up some chemistry and get back on track, because they have the personnel to do it. It's just a matter if they can collectively get it done.
Yeah, you got guys like, John Collins, who's probably one of the, top picks coming out of the draft, had a good career, and we was the Hawks, and then he went over here to the Jazz, and we remember the Jazz by getting dunked on by Ant-Man. But, tonight was one of those things that he came out, he was very aggressive. He got a couple of steals, he got some rebounds, and he knocked down 2 or 3 from the shot. So there are always sometimes those players you forget about, like a John Collins, that step up in games like this. He had a good game, 17 points, but you still have to find a way to, like, those guys who average 12, you keep them at the average.
Yeah, Brook Lopez, who hasn't done much this year, hits 3 threes, has 11 points, one of those nights. We do need to talk Luka. Luka was struggling there in this game, 12 points, 4 of 13, just 1 for 6 from 3. Was frustrated for most of that first half, but then you could tell limping, and then the leg contusion, we don't see him in the second half, so now your concerns go up even higher.
Yeah, even from the beginning, he just looked a little slow, wasn't hitting those little bunny shots.
Wasn't getting the calls either.
And it looked like he was searching for the calls a lot. He didn't get a few, but I didn't know if the calf was bothering him then or not, but not the typical start for Luka, and hopefully he can adjust and not miss, too many games. But it just didn't seem like he had the energy or the energy in his legs or his body. He missed quite a few short bunnies that he usually hits early in the game. So a little concerned, but hopefully he can.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. I think the fact that he was off tonight dictated how he played. He was off tonight, and so he was like, oh, man, it ain't my night. And sometimes players can get in the way of themselves. And I think tonight he got in the way of himself by, like, anytime a guy does this, oh, fine, I'm like, dude, just play basketball. Because now it's a mental thing. Just hoop, go out and play hard, and he kind of got in the way of himself. I think next time he needs to just play basketball.
I mentioned to you guys that this Laker team had only 6 games with its starters out of the 26. Told you that in the pregame show, and only 3 games this year with their top 8 rotational guys. As I show you the injury report heading into this game, and it was deep. Rui was out. Mike Trudell talked about this during the broadcast. The hope is that maybe you can get him back by Christmas, but unsure. Hope is that DeAndre Ayton and Austin Reaves can be back by the next game. Gabe Vincent, we think, might be another week. He's out with low back soreness. Marcus Smart twisted his ankle during the game, but remained in it. And then, of course, Luka Doncic did not play in the second half. So the concern now for the Lakers is hopefully you can get some health to go along with this season that, up until tonight, been very good. They are now 19 and 8. You'll take that all day long. Let's go for a positive. LeBron James. I mean, we mentioned this. We were watching him. He had the effort from the jump. You could tell he had the pep in his step. The legs were under him, and he was good. He was 36 tonight, oldest player to ever do that. He gets a new record every night, 15 of 28. Also hit a few threes, but LeBron was good, very good.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron
got him back in the game.
He's still enjoying playing the game. You know, I think he's probably getting his stamina back, getting his wind back from, you know, being out earlier. And, you know, with Reaves out, you know, he stepped up and became the number 2 guy. And when Luka was out, he just tried to do all he could, you know, to keep the team afloat. Very aggressive, very physical, getting to the cup. Typical LeBron style, Rob.
I just think when you watch LeBron, he's preparing for each and every game. I think about the last game when the guy from the other team tried to get a steal and hit his leg.
Yeah.
Most guys have been out for like 2 weeks, but not LeBron. He went down the next play and dunked. I thought that sometimes those injuries really ugly head in the next game, but tonight, it didn't. He still was, it energized him. He went out and played way better, and he was active from the jump street. So to me, that's a good sign. You know, like I said, this is another nugget that this dude is getting better and better as each game comes along because he's getting in better shape and better basketball, getting that rust off it.
Dirk, you no longer have the record for the oldest guy to ever get 30 points back in 2019 when you were 40 and 294 days old. LeBron did it at 40 and 355 days. Remember, he is turning 41 in a week. Pretty incredible. Time to hear from Chris.
And then, you know, get in the spirit.
I want to shout out both you guys, James and Eagle, that you had playing golf, big time, and your son, Christian Ori, with a nice basketball play last night. Chris Bruins, the beatdown of Cal Poly.
Exactly. You know, he got in the game, got in 3 minutes, but he made the best of those 3 minutes.
Make the best of those 3 minutes.
Yes.
All right.
3 next time, 10 the next time, 15 the next time.
Moving on up.
Moving on up. Good times. All right, let's get to it. Lakers go to 12-3 on the road with a win over the Jazz. They used a strong fourth quarter run. Big game. They outscored the Jazz 41-29 in that win in that fourth quarter. What did you see that you liked in the fourth?
Well, commitment to the defense, first of all. You know, that's how they've been winning these games. I mean, the offense is there. You know, I like some of the role play. I like what Hayes did. Luka got his, but I thought the support group was really good. LeBron playing off the ball. I like what he's doing off the ball now. Not having to put a lot of pressure on him. Plus, when he gets the rebound, they can start a fast break. But a good collective effort, you know, by the team. And then, of course, the most valuable player was Vanderbilt with his play and his 11 rebounds and the way he impacted the game.
I totally agree. Sitting there watching this game, I really appreciate what Vando did. I love when Rave came in and he did what he was supposed to. But most of all, I love what Marcus Smart. You know, Marcus Smart had been shooting the 3-ball so good. He came in, even though he fouled out and had some possessions there where we like were kind of suspect, but he's just been a blessing in disguise because over the years we watched him so much. I didn't know when he gets hot, he can shoot it like that. You know, and it's so great to see him able to be a disruptor on the defensive end and still be able to shoot the 3.
With Austin Reaves out, the Lakers have been relying on the Luka and LeBron combo. And like last year, guys, we're starting to see when those two play at a certain level, this combination is tough to deal with.
No question. I mean, you got LeBron, you know, handing the torch over to Luka, and they're on the same team. Usually, you know, that's not the case, but I think two talented players that have decided that they're going to stay out of each other's way. LeBron is allowing Luka to, you know, run the team, and he's playing off ball, and I think he's a genius at doing it. And when you have those two guys together like that and enhancing everybody else around them, it makes for like two leaders on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, the fact that Luka has been playing those pass lanes pretty well. LeBron has been, you know, been a really good spot-up shooter and taking a lot of pressure, like James said. I think that's great because you got to think about LeBron, you know, is built for the playoffs. You know, we can use him sparingly during the season. That's why AR need to hurry up and get healthy and get back so you don't put too much on LeBron's shoulders. So I'm loving the way this combo is playing. I love the fact that LeBron's kind of said, you know what, here, I ain't bringing that ball up as much as I used to. Y'all do that because I want to keep my energy.
Yeah, and he still finishes with 28, 10, and 7. A lot of the talk was around the 40-point triple-double from Luka, but LeBron getting his numbers per usual in year number 23. So a lengthy injury report tonight 4 rotation guys out for the Lakers. Rui Hachimura is down and out, groin soreness. DeAndre Ayton still out with that left elbow. Austin Reaves going to miss another game with the left calf. And Gabe Vincent, low back soreness. They don't expect him back for another week or so. Now, if you've been here, fellas, as long as the 3 of us have been, this is no surprise. I think going into every year, the hope is for health. But through 26 games, JJ has had his top 8 or 9 guys in the rotation for only 3 of those games. His starting 5 has only been together for 6 of those games. Too many times to count with multiple starters out. So tonight, again, one of those nights. So the next man up phrase has really meant something to this Laker team. And by the way, they have responded. They're 19-7.
Man, Rob and I should get on over to Inglewood tonight and suit up, man. We will be ready. Yeah, they've proven over time that when they have players out, whether it's Austin Reaves, whether it's Smith coming off the bench, whether it's Jake hitting some shots, Hayes, I think he was 7 for 7 the other night. I think they have agreed that the system works no matter who they punch in there, and I just think collectively they've had different guys step up and get the job done when they've had players absent. So good chemistry, good cohesiveness, keeping it going.
I mean, Rob, honestly, we talked to Rob Pelinka about this when James and I were down there in late November. That was actually when they were going to play the Clippers. We talked about the depth of this team, and it has been tested early, but it's nice to know that you have it.
Yeah, exactly. When you have 2 guys